So today I'm sharing some mindset shifts to help you to confidently show up and sell your yoga offerings without feeling pushy and sleazy. So I want you to imagine for a moment that every time you show up online to sell your latest yoga offering, you feel this overwhelming sense of excitement and confidence. I want you to really just picture yourself eagerly looking forward to promoting your class subscription or your new workshop or membership or online course or retreat, whatever it is that you're selling, rather than kind of dreading that moment of selling and, really feeling anxious and dreading pitching to your community. How would this newfound assurance really transform your presence online and how you're showing up online and allow you to provide even greater value because you're fully immersed in the present moment instead of feeling anxious about the sales pitch that you're about to deliver? So how would that actually transform the way you show up online? One thing that remains constant for all of us as business owners who want to share their offerings, want to make money, want to make impact in your students' lives. One thing that's true for all of us is that selling is an integral part of this process. So we can't shy away from it. Businesses make money. If your business isn't making money, it's not really a business. That's why we're here. We're here to make money so that we can create more impact, so that we can, have the lives that we want to live, freedom, flexibility, all of that good stuff, ultimately to help people to change their lives, right? To have an impact in your students' lives. And of course, the more experience you have with selling, this helps to ease the nerves, okay? Over time, you'll become more confident, of course. But there are some simple things, effective strategies that you can use to really accelerate this path to confidence, this journey of feeling more confident when you show up to sell and not feeling like you're being sleazy or you're being pushy in some way. So there are many places that you can sell. I mean, if you have a Facebook group, you can go on video and you can show up and sell, okay? So that's a space where you can do that. If you have a podcast, you can talk about your offering on your podcast. Social media, okay? You can sell through your social media posts. Email marketing, inside masterclasses and webinars, perhaps at the end of an online challenge, okay? So for those of you who are inside the Profitable Yoga Teacher program, you're learning how to sell throughout and at the end of online challenges and also on webinars and masterclasses. And my point here is that, simply just sending out a few emails or sharing some posts on Instagram to sell your offering isn't going to cut it, okay? Particularly when it comes to, having online memberships and online courses. There needs to be some kind of what I call a conversion event that takes place, okay? The challenge or the webinar is the event that allows you to convert the people who are attending that event. Whatever it is that you're selling, you're showing up online, okay? You're talking about the paid offer. That's what you're doing. So what happens most of the time is that the point where you're sharing your price, okay, or you're doing the selling, let's say, you're inviting people in, at that point, things tend to get awkward, okay? Things tend to get a little awkward, and it's at that point where you feel awkward and you feel uncomfortable. And what you need to remember is that if you have a desire in your heart to bring a message and to bring an offering of some kind into the world that your students can benefit from, you need to learn to speak without the awkwardness. So this is about not just getting really clear on what it is that you're selling, but it's about getting comfortable about speaking about that offer. There's really a shift that you can make in how you approach selling. And selling is really about helping your community that's watching you, or helping your audience that's, engaging with your content, reading your emails and your social media posts, maybe showing up to a webinar or a challenge with you. Is helping those people to make a decision. It's not necessarily about wowing them with lots of how-to information, okay? Because if all we're doing is bombarding our community with how-to information, how to do this particular thing, which essentially is what you're going to teach them inside a membership or an online course. If that's what we're doing to sell, that can be overwhelming, right? We can overwhelm them in the process. Instead, when we're showing up to sell, it's about helping your audience to make a decision. That's it. So this is a mindset shift, because quite often we think we have to give so much in that webinar, or so much during that challenge, or so much, on the live when we come to talk about our new offering. We need to give away so much information, but actually, if we shift that into, we think we have to wow them in order for them to say, oh yes, I want to come into this thing with you. And actually shift that feeling into, or shift that mindset to helping them to make a decision. Okay, so the mindset change here is that when you're preparing to go live for, let's say a workshop or a masterclass, or you're writing a sales email, the goal is to think about your content in a way that is helping your audience to become motivated to make a commitment to themselves, right? If someone's coming into your offering, they're making a commitment to their growth, aren't they? They're making a commitment to, I want to move from this place where I am right now, which is maybe a stuck feeling for them, a stuck place, a place where they feel stuck, to this desired result that I want, okay? And I have to make a commitment to myself to go on that journey. So you're helping them to feel motivated to make that commitment and to make a decision, as opposed to just gathering more information about the topic that you're going to be teaching. There's another mindset shift, and I think this is also a really key one, particularly those of you who are selling memberships, online courses, anything that's higher ticket and requires a bigger commitment from your students, okay? Not just in terms of the cost, but a commitment of their time and energy. And, I firmly believe that your mindset as a yoga business owner plays a really crucial role in how you present yourself, right? Particularly when it comes to projecting certainty in what you have to offer. Does that make sense? Okay, so how you show up and you project the certainty in what you're offering. So when your students invest in something like an online course, they're not just buying the course. Okay, they're not just buying the course and your unique methods, whatever that is. They're also, when they're making a decision, they're seeking a feeling of certainty from you as the course creator. Yes, certainty that you yourself are 100% sold in this course that you've created for others. Yeah, so this is you being 100% sold on the transformation and the results that your course offers, okay? And having a deep desire for your students to achieve those results, okay? Is there certainty? Are you projecting that certainty, okay? So instead of, thinking you have to persuade your audience to give you their money, actually, a mindset shift is to think about your course container, okay, as being this sacred space that needs protecting, okay, where you only want the most committed students to step inside. This is a place where people can witness true transformation in their lives. And so what's happening here when we come from that place, okay, when we shift our thinking, our mindset from I have to persuade someone to come into my course to this is actually a space I've created that's so amazing that I only want the most committed students inside of it. So, you know, when you show up to sell and you show up to pitch and you open the doors, you're actually saying, you know, I've created this space for you to experience a profound change in your life. And if your goals align with what this space offers you, then I welcome you in with open arms. Yeah, but keep in mind that coming into this course requires commitment, okay? Because I don't just want you to be here, I want you to experience growth and the transformation that's available. And we see our course that we've created as a sacred space that we want to protect. We only want the most committed of students to step inside. And they need to show their commitment in order to step inside. And that commitment, of course, you know, comes from money, time, energy, attention. It's not about just asking someone for money, is it? It's about encouraging them to actually commit to their own growth on a deeper level. And so the energy behind the selling and the pitch is entirely different, right? It's not about pushing people, you know, buy my stuff, enroll in my course, yeah? Instead, it's an invitation, isn't it? It's an invitation to those people in your community who really want to commit to their own transformation, that they share that genuine, you know, commitment to wanting to move from the point A to the point B. This also relates to whether you're showing up and, you know, selling the features, right? The features of your offering versus selling the benefits, the results and transformation, right? That's where the debt flies, you know, that's where, you know, people are going to connect to that, you know, that there's a difference there, isn't it? There's a difference there, right? You know, we're not just focusing on the features, which are things like, this is a 6-week course. You know, we meet on a Monday. You'll have access to 8 modules, right? People aren't connecting to that on an emotional level, right? Versus, you know, at the end of the 6 weeks, you will have seen this specific change, result, transformation, whatever it is that you're selling. That's what you're truly selling. Yeah, that's how you are showing up and really serving your audience, is by sharing that. That's the thing that people are going to connect to on an emotional level. How do we get to this kind of level of certainty that I've been talking about? You know, you feeling 100% sold, because that's important. You know, some of you might not feel that way right now. Maybe you don't feel confident in what you're offering right now. And ultimately, you know, this comes to results. You know, this is about results. You need to look at results. You know, have you experienced a personal transformation yourself? Most likely, yes. I know that for many of you, you know, especially those of you in the Profitable Yoga Teacher program, this is the first time you've created an online course, so you haven't got any student results. But you have your own personal results. Yeah, most teachers are creating a course on a topic or something that they've experienced themselves, okay, or they've learned from their own journey. So you can really communicate this personal certainty of transformation in that way, okay? So you should also have certainty in how your offering is going to profoundly benefit people. If you do have, you know, past students or existing students, you share their stories, you share their transformations. That's where that can really come in. And so it's about finding the stories, guys. You know, it's the stories that you can weave into your selling that's really going to help you to shift your mindset when it comes to actually showing up to sell. You know, how can you have that certainty? How can you really shift the way you are thinking about this or the way that you are approaching selling? You know, people love stories, right? It's usually like when you show up to do something, usually the most engaging part, you know, wherever you show up to share something online, is the personal stories that, you know, are the things that really stand out. And it helps people. The thing with stories is that it actually helps people to move into that story, right? They move into it, and, you know, they're not just hearing your story, but they're also seeing their own story, you know. And when they see their story in what you're sharing, all of a sudden, you know, there's going to be this greater level of trust and connection that's built with you. And we know, you know, if you've been in my community for any amount of time, you'll know I talk about this. In order to sell, you need trust. Yeah, there must be trust in that relationship in order to convert someone in your community to a paying student. That trust, you know, is built by you showing up consistently, you sharing content consistently. Okay, I did an episode last week about content. You know, having these pieces in place where you're being visible in your business and you're showing that you are an expert, you know what you're talking about. You've been through this journey yourself, and now you're helping them to go through the same journey. Okay, so lots to share with you there today. I would love to know from you what you'll be doing now in terms of, you know, looking at the mindset shifts that you can make so that you can sell and show up with more confidence. Do reach out to me, send us a DM. And if you need any support with any of this, you know, the marketing strategies, those foundational pieces around content, visibility, you know, growing your audience through organic marketing strategies, or selling, creating offerings and actually selling, I invite you to join us inside Yogipreneur Launchpad. Okay, you can come into this program any day of the year. It's open for you right now. And this is a 16-week program that will support you to get all of these pieces in place. Okay, thank you so much for showing up with me today. I will see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.